Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of They're Ruining My Childhood, starring the Lost Boys. Let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Justin here. As always, guys, thanks for stopping by and clicking on today's video. I really do appreciate it. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Do me a favor, throw a like on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. If you've already watched a few of my videos, why not join the community and go ahead and hit that subscribe button with notifications on. And let's dive into today's video. Now, guys, we already knew that some new version of The Lost Boys was happening. At first, it was going to happen at CW in a TV show format with the Frog Sisters. Thank God that did not happen. Oh my God, that was just, giving me chills thinking about that. And that would have ruined my childhood, God damn it. But now, a pilot for that TV show was shot, or maybe they shot a couple episodes, I'm really not sure, but thankfully it was not picked up. And now we have news of a new version of The Lost Boys in movie form, and this one I actually have a little bit more faith in. Let's go ahead and get into everything we know about this so far, and I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on this at the end. This coming from MovieWeb, The Lost Boys remake is happening at Warner Brothers, cast and director announced. The new version of The Lost Boys is described as a brand new, reimagined take on the original movie. It unites two young stars from modern horror franchises, starring Noah Jupe of A Quiet Place movies and Jaden Martell of the It movies. Randy McKinnon, who's also working on DC's Static Shock series for Warner Brothers, is on board to write The Lost Boys, with Jonathan Entwistle on board to direct. It's not specified exactly which roles Noah Jupe and Jaden Martell are playing. No additional information has been revealed about the plot, other than to say that it takes place in the present day. Beyond some other changes to the environment and other modern updates, the movie will presumably follow a similar plot to the original movie, which follows two brothers moving to a new town that they discovered to be inhabited by vampires. Now, we all know 1987's Lost Boys is widely considered to be one of the most iconic horror movies of the 80s, and I think would be universally considered just one of the most iconic horror movies ever made, brilliantly directed by Joel Schumacher. The cast in this movie: Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Jason Patric, Jameson Newlander, Jamie Gertz, Alex Winter, Kiefer Sutherland. The cast is just absolutely unreal. The way this movie was directed captured the 80s at a time that was just at its peak as far as fashion and aesthetics, and the way Joel Schumacher captured the landscape and the locations of this movie just feels so alive. It's just unreal the way he was able to capture the era of the 80s. It just felt so real. Something about the main set pieces in the original Lost Boys, whether it be the beach scenes or the saxophone concert scenes or the set design of the house of Grandpa's house, everything is just so perfect. It's just one of those movies that are just a rare film, and that everything just seems perfectly in place. The production design, the casting, the performances, everything just feels so natural and lived in. It's just an undeniably perfect film of the 80s, in my opinion. So with all of that said, will this new version be able to capture the feel and the vibe of that? I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. It's just too of its time. It's just too much of a time capsule of the 1980s. So I don't think that's going to happen. But is it still possible that this new version of The Lost Boys could be good? That it could be entertaining, at least for new audiences? I think so. We'll start with the cast members that have been announced. We know very little about this movie, other than the directors, writer, and a couple of the cast members. It can be really hard to find young child actors that give really emotionally deep performances, and we've seen both of these actors give fantastic performances. Jaden Martell was in Midnight Special, which to anybody who's seen that movie, I think it's an undeniably well-acted movie. The It movies, Knives Out, and The Lodge. He gave a great performance in The Lodge, a great little horror movie. Noah Jupe was in Honey Boy, which was a fantastic performance from him. Obviously, The Quiet Place and the schlocky Undoing with Hugh Grant and Nicole Kidman. Both of these kids have proven themselves, I think, to give great performances. So I'm not really worried about these two leads, and we don't know what they'll be playing. I assume probably that they'll be playing the brothers, but we don't really know yet. One thing I will say is these actors are pretty close in age. One thing I really did love about the dynamic between Jason Patric and Corey Haim in the original was the big age difference, having the big older brother and the younger brother. I thought that was a really great dynamic, being that they're in two different places in their lives at that age. The writer I'm really not familiar with, Randy McKinnon. I saw that he might be writing the Super Freak, the Rick James documentary or biopic. Jonathan Entwistle, I know I'm not too familiar with his work either. I've heard good things about The End of the Fucking World, and I'm not okay with this, but I haven't seen them, but I've heard good things. So it seems like they've assembled somewhat of a good team. I would have liked to have seen writers and directors who are a little more deep in genre. I feel like a good director for this movie would have been Joe Begos. I talk about him a lot. Would somebody give Joe Begos some money to make a good movie? I think he would have made an amazing director to capture the feel of LA. If anybody's seen Bliss, he captures locations in a real natural way. I don't know, I'm just gonna hope for the best. At this point, we know everything's going to be remade, so why just keep on continuing to fight this? It's gonna happen, so all we can do is hope for the best. I'm really on board with the cast. The writer and director, I'm really just not too knowledgeable about, so we'll just have to see what happens. What do you guys think about this brand new Lost Boys remake? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. I know there's a lot of moans and groans so far about this one, but give me your thoughts. I'm curious to hear. And I think we're done here, guys. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Stay weird. Remember to always be yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.